A Scarborough MPP says rocks were thrown through her constituency office's windows over the weekend.
Dissent is welcome, but that's not the way to show it. It's not, especially not through someone's place of work.
The windows at NDP MPP Dolly Begum's office are now boarded up. Police say they were called Saturday morning to the scene at Kingston and McCowan roads. So far, there are no suspects in the case. Begum says her staff will serve constituents remotely for the time being.
Meanwhile, Peel police are investigating a suspicious fire at a Liberal MP's office in Mississauga. It happened early yesterday at a strip mall near Burnham Thorpe and Tompkin Roads. No injuries were reported, but the flames damaged the constituency office of Liberal MP Peter Fonseca and a neighboring restaurant. Police say they believe this fire was targeted.
Two GTA political offices targeted by vandals within days of each other. What is behind these disturbing attacks? Are they connected? We are live with the very latest on the investigations.
You're watching Global Toronto. This is Global News at 5:30.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Alan Carter.
And I'm Tracy Tong. Police are investigating after the constituency offices of two GTA politicians have been targeted. The most recent, a fire at MP Peter Fonseca's office in Mississauga.
Then over the weekend, rocks were thrown at MPP Doly Begum's office in Scarborough, and that is where we find our Brittany Rosen, who's digging in to try and find out what's behind these incidents.
Alan, well, you can see that NDP MPP Dolly Begum's office remains boarded up here. And if you take a closer look, you can see some of the cracked glass that still remains here. The office has been forced to close. This is a result of someone throwing rocks through the window. And so the staff have been working remotely. And until the glass is repaired, it will continue that way and the office will remain closed. Now, Dolly has been kind enough to join us outside of her constituency office tonight. Thank you so much, Dolly. I'm really sorry to hear and see what has happened to your constituency office. You know, tell me what was going through your mind when you saw this, and what do you think this attack is motivated by?
Well, thanks, Brittany. I have to say, you know, the way that I have operated, the way that my team operates, we believe in the principles of compassion, in care and service, and that's how we operate here. This is a very welcoming, open space, very accessible to everyone in the community, and the community knows this as well, and you'll see it in the love that we've gotten from the community. So we're all very shocked. My team and I were very, very shocked. When the community people have found out, they were very shocked. It's just something that's not something that we expected, and we welcome dissent. We welcome difference of opinion. We don't know what led to this, but if this is a reason for, you know, doing something like this, that is not the right mode of action. As a political representative, we welcome and we listen and understand difference of opinions, and I always ask people to come in with difference of opinions if they do have different ideals that they want to share, and I listen to those.
Thank you so much, Dolly. And meanwhile, in Mississauga, police are investigating an arson incident that took place at MP Peter Fonseca's office. Flames broke out at the unit at Burnham Thorpe and Tompkin Road just after 4 a.m. Tuesday. Neither Toronto nor Peel police have been able to release a lot of information on the motive behind these incidents, and there's still no answers as to whether these two are connected or not. Now, Begum tells me that she's received a couple of concerns and complaints, I should say a handful of concerns and complaints over the last few days when it comes to people expressing their frustrations about the pandemic, people that have lost their jobs, struggling businesses and things like that. But she says she believes that the person that's responsible for this is unrelated to those individuals. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Brittany.
At this point, we believe this was a targeted incident.
Two political offices hit by vandals just days apart. What's the motive behind these attacks? The latest on the investigation coming up.
This is Global Toronto. Global News at 6 starts right now.
Two separate attacks on two political offices in the GTA. Obviously a concerning development for everyone involved, and police have launched an arson investigation after a suspicious fire broke out at a Mississauga MP's office overnight. And that comes on the heels of another incident at an MPP's office in Scarborough. Brittany Rosen reports.
Liberal MP Peter Fonseca's constituency office had its doors closed Wednesday after flames consumed his Mississauga unit early Tuesday morning.
At this point, we believe this was a targeted incident.
The motive behind the fire, which police have now deemed as suspicious, remains unknown. The Ontario Fire Marshal's office has been called in to assist in the investigation. Meanwhile, to the east in Scarborough, NDP MPP Doly Begum's office was also the subject of a targeted attack.
It was difficult to know that this was done at my workplace.
On Saturday, someone threw rocks into the storefront windows of the politician's constituency site, forcing staff to close the office until the damage is repaired.
Not something you expect on a Saturday afternoon to be doing with your staff, cleaning the shattered glass that's on the floor of your constituency office where you welcome community members.
Toronto police are investigating it as an incident of mischief, but Begum says she has some ideas about what could have fueled the attack.
I'm not surprised at this moment because of the political atmosphere in the country, but I am shocked to see that this is the option that some folks would have chosen.
There is a growing, suspicion of politicians. The truckers' convoy elicited a lot of emotions. It only takes one person to create a lot of havoc.
Now, Begum, whose office we're standing outside of right now, says she understands that people are frustrated, especially business owners and those who have lost their jobs during the pandemic. But she encourages those people to voice their frustrations through dialogue. I should also mention that we reached out to MP Peter Fonseca's office. However, we did not get a response prior to deadline. Back to you, Tracy.
Brittany, thank you. That's our Brittany Rosen live in Scarborough for us.